Last year, the Conservative Westminster Council decided the best way to help the West End of London recover from the pandemic was a mound. A £2 million mound. A pile of earth and trees covering Marble Arch that would be so spectacular, they claimed that it would revitalise Oxford Street's fortunes. The reality was not that. Spiralling costs and absolutely no oversight from the council meant that they ended up spending £6 million on this, and spoiler, it turns out that dead plants in a heap didn't revitalise Oxford Street. This was such a shocking waste of money to us that we decided to show them how it's done. That's right, we're building our own terrible mound.
It looks better, it's a lot better than that.
I'm already having trouble telling them apart. Look, footfall! Footfall! It worked!
So Ryan, what are we looking at here? What's this?
This is the Westminster Conservatives Marble Arch Mound. It cost them £6 million of taxpayers' money put away on this horrible thing. So for £25, we've got our own mound here today. And also on it we've shown all the things that Westminster could have spent this money on. My personal favourite here is the 10,500 trees that we could have planted. Obviously, climate emergency is a big thing. We declared a climate emergency here in Westminster, yet instead they build temporary green spaces that achieve nothing.
I would use the rest of the money to invest in our young people in Westminster.
This could be better spent in Churchill Ward, helping people with housing deprivation, food poverty and financial insecurity.
I would have spent £6 million on affordable housing.
Spent on youth clubs, putting more police on our streets, or even just giving every resident in Westminster £24 to spend on Oxford Street.
Yeah, our mound did look a little bit crap. It's not that surprising. We built it in 5 minutes for less than 20 quid. But when the Conservatives splashed £6 million on theirs, it didn't look much better. That's the problem here. This was never a good idea. This was always going to fail, but the Conservatives pushed ahead anyway, and wasted a huge amount of taxpayers' money.
It's really easy to laugh at the waste of money that has been spent on the Marble Arch Mound, £6 million by local Conservatives. But the real emotion that local residents feel is anger. Anger at what the money could have been spent on, that could have been invested in our communities, on Lupus Street, on Harrow Road, on Queensway. And instead, it was a vanity project that they chucked money on.
We're looking at a colossal waste of public money. And everywhere in our communities we can see examples of where people are desperate for a little bit of investment to make Westminster greener, to help support our young people, to help support our communities, our pensioners. We lost our Meals on Wheels service, we lost funding for youth service, and yet they can find £6 million to spend on this. It is a scandal.
So guys, you've just come past this demonstration, and yeah, what are your thoughts on the mound and the amount of money that's been spent on it?
So I was just going to say that it's complete rubbish. I think what's the point of having that when you have a beautiful park right there? So you're spending £6 million on something that no one wants to get. It's just completely absurd. We need to get
Westminster Council's become arrogant, out of touch, desperately in need of change this May. This £6 million could have been used to help bring affordable housing to our city, could have helped the green transition. Instead, they've wasted this on this unpopular boondoggle that has caused shame and embarrassment to the citizens of Westminster. They're taking down the mound by May, and Labour are going to take down this Conservative Council in May.
We need to get Tories out as well, though. Come on, man. They've had their time. Please, no one vote for them. Never again.